Hey everyone! Welcome back to some more Let's Play Felseal Arbiter's Mark. In the last video, we were able to defeat the Maw. Not only were we able to defeat it, but we were able to steal a energy fragment from it, and thus give chase to it back to its own realm. If we defeat this creature here, we will never have to worry about it plaguing Tiora again. I believe that if we otherwise sealed it, Raynor would have sacrificed his life in order to successfully do that. And then, some millennia from now, this creature would have shown up again, because it would have corrupted the Arbiters and eventually threatened the world. So this is the only one way to get rid of it for good, and we are trying the real true ending. We also learned that all the immortals that get consumed, when they eventually die, I suppose, end up here. So we've got Sectus, Septimus, Secunda, and Primus here, in addition to the Maw. And of course, all of them are higher level than us. Well, with the exception, I suppose, of Sectus. In any case, we're going to go ahead and take a look at them. I've already taken a look at them. And we're going to look at what abilities they have, and it's horrible for us, because we have to actually spend like 30 minutes designing a group to maybe handle them. And then we're going to try fighting the Maw. But before that, I'm going to complain about Felseal Arbiter's Mark a little bit and tell you how this is going to go. So, I wasn't able to save the game between the last fight and this one, which strikes me as being very odd, because I've been able to save the game every single time so far in the game, if the game throws me into one battle after another, immediately in the same area. This seems like a really weird design decision from the designers of Felseal Arbiter's Mark. There is also no autosave created at the end of that last battle, or if there is one, I don't see it. This save here was a save that I had loaded when I fired up the game. I did a bit of talking, and then we launched into that final fight. And this is the final fight starting. So unless the game autosaves right before the final battle, which I'm hoping it does, and we'll check when I get my first turn, this is a really awkward decision game. Because this is going to be tough. Alright. We've got 4 Immortals and the Maw to deal with. The Maw has all of the abilities it used to have, plus 1 more. It has Drain Souls. Drains 200 hit points from every ally. That sounds like how it heals itself this time around. It still has Broodmaster, so it's going to take less damage for every single other enemy that's still alive on the battlefield. So my plan is to try to kill 1 or 2 of the Immortals, and then maybe rush down the Maw, depending upon what these things are capable of. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Immortals next. So here's Primus first. 999 hit points, and by the way, they all have about that. 999, 950, 950, 999. That's just great. So lots of hit points. Decent defense and resistance on them as well. Not as much as the Maw, but still a decent amount, and their positioning makes it difficult for me to try to insta-kill any of them. I doubt I would be able to do that with my character builds anyway. Now, the interesting part about this is that these guys now only have 1 class only, instead of 2 of them. So Secunda is just a battle mage. Septimus is just a vampire. Sectus is just a that's interesting. Has heal 1 and also has other Mass Thorns. That's an interesting. Sectus has an interesting combination of abilities. It's like he's a healer, plague doctor, and a alchemistic, but only has a little bit of each of those skills. And here's Primus as well. Now they all have something new: Shackled Soul. Upon death, deals 1.75 physical attack damage to all enemies on the map. Will not trigger if character is afflicted with cripple. All of them have this ability, but the debuffs that they must be afflicted with is slightly different. Secunda needs a mute on her. Septimus also needs a cripple. Oh, is it mute over here? And mute on Sectus. So I need people who can put mutes onto these enemies. And also, before I go any further, I'm going to complain a little bit more about this. So because the game didn't let me autosave or save the game normally, if it doesn't provide the autosave for me right when I hit start fight, then I'm going to have to redo this battle and the last one. And I'm just going to tell you, I'm not going to do that. It's really frustrating to play for like an hour and a half. And then have to do like another, this will probably take us about 40, if we do really poorly, we're going to be out of this battle in like 30 minutes or less. If we do really well, this is going to be another long attrition fight. In which case, we're probably looking at this itself being another hour and a half battle or so. And if we in the end lose, I don't want to play this game another 3 hours just to make this attempt again, assuming it doesn't autosave. So I'm not looking forward to that. And I hope the game doesn't do that to me. But if it does, I'm just going to throw in the towel. There's been a few games where I've gotten to the very, very, very final boss, and I've hated the final boss battle, or the final area of the game, and just threw in the towel and said, no, it's not worth it. This game's garbage in the end. And if this game becomes like that, that's a shame. That's a shame. But this is my way of saying I ain't doing this again. So if we don't win, that's it. We're throwing in the towel for it. I'm not even going to redo the ending of the game to seal them all. I'm just going to... I don't feel like doing this battle multiple times. So hopefully we can indeed win. On that note, though, we need to design a group that has cripple and that has mute in it. I suppose we could try ignoring those effects and instead try buffing our defense. Do they all do attack damage with Shackled Souls? No, and they also do mind damage. So I can either buff all of us with a Mass Aegis or Mass Shield to counter it, or try to withstand those attacks, or we can try crippling or muting them. Now, on that note, these creatures... Well, actually, I guess... Hold on a second. Do you guys actually have the effect... Oh my god. And debuffs only last one turn on them. So no, you know what? Screw it. I'm not even going to bother trying with the cripple or mute. I'm going to have to get extraordinarily lucky to have those applied to an enemy right as it's dying. Really, game? Oh, man. Okay, and what do you have? Earth damage in a small area. Deals physical damage to all enemies on the map. We take percentage-based. Oh, wow, at 8 mana, so he can do that whenever he likes. Teleports to nearby locations, bypasses all counter abilities. It doesn't look like there's any water anywhere on this map, so I don't have to worry about us being insta-killed. I was originally going to bring the group of NPCs to this fight. So that would be Raynor, Kiri, Zaro, etc. But now I have to spend a lot of time trying to tweak their abilities. We could just try it, Tim. Try it and you fail, that's it. This final battle is not for you. I could off-screen. I'm tired of off-screening the things in this game. I could off-screen sealing them all just for the ending of the game and wrapping it up and saying screw this. If you can't tell, I'm really upset that this is the final battle and I didn't get a chance to save the game. I'm really, really pissed off at this. What do you have for Fellblade? You do have Sleep Slice. But that's not... I have to first apply the debuff, and then I have to kill it. In that order. What are these abilities on you, Primus? Are these... Stop. spells. They're almost all spells. And these, let me guess, are almost all skills. Oh, these are spells. Okay. Infused Edge is a skill. I would probably want mute on her anyway. I think we just say screw it and we just take the hits. So many flippin' hit points, too. Alright. So if I'm not going to deal with their shackled souls, if I'm not going to even attempt to cripple them or something of the sort, because none of my people have mute or... only my Fellblades have that. Kiri doesn't have it with Marker Merc. Merc has nothing that cripples anyone. Raynor doesn't have anything that does those either. I don't have a weapon that does these things either on them. Let's think here. If I was going to stick with the NPCs, Anadine has counter mute, which I gave her. Oh, by the way, the game's been running for 6.5 hours. I had to leave it up and running because I was nervous about the autosave. Because the game brought us right into this final battle without explicitly asking me to save the game. So I'm also angry at the game designers for doing this. If that game doesn't give me an autosave when I hit start, I'm going to be so mad. Okay, so none of these have mute on her either. Yates doesn't have a mute on him. I don't think there's any range mutes. It's too late for something like Lord to be applied to one of my people. And they don't have it either. We do have it with Throat Jab. That's only a chance to apply it. Our Zill doesn't have it. Oh, but you do have Throat Jab on you, Zaro, so that might work. And you have Crippling Bullet on you, Katja. So we have the option to try. So then let's bring the standard. Let's bring all the named NPCs. So, do you have a counter? The good news is that the only counter abilities they have are things like Shackled Soul. So that will be useful. What's your movement, Raynor, for? I can't one-hit kill Sectus, but we're going to try. Okay. I forgot about Kairu. As another, technically a named NPC. But I don't think he has any... Yeah, he's got no abilities there that will be helpful. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Alright, forget it. Forget it! Forget it. Okay, so let's put Katja over here. Don't forget about Septimus over here, Tim. Zaro's not the most resilient person, so keep that in mind as well. Several of my characters are not the most resilient person. Like, I don't have a good amount of defense or resistance on some of these people. And the last person, Tim, is Anadine. So, I guess Anadine can go here. She has decent defense. Okay. Let's try it. So first off, did you autosave for me, game? You did not. Okay, so I'm thinking we try bursting down Sectus to start. Katja. I forgot we also have Net with her, so she's going to be our real debuffer with her bullet infusion spells and everything. So, on that note, I don't want to mute her yet, or she will just pass mute on to everyone else around her when she gets a chance to go. Right, that's the way that works. So if I move you here... Although, if we do mute her for one round... She won't get a chance to... Well, she only has heal 1. I think... Oh, it's not bullet infusion she has. Right? What abilities do you have, Katja? You have Garrote. It's... You know what? We're going to use Doppelganger from Katja? I don't know how safe I am being close. I don't want to get hit with that Dread Maul on several of us. So I kind of want to stay a little bit away from everyone else. My plan is to kill 2 of these to start. Oh wow, that's going to be super annoying. I want that mana. Yeah, let's do this with you, Zaro, at the moment. Yates, you're almost dead already. And I don't think like there's anything I can do about... you're probably just dead. Because I can't... You have to just move and heal. If I slow one of these, they're just going to move right next to me and pass that debuff to us on their turn. But again, he only moves 3. If I can get away from Primus, maybe we do want to slow him this turn. Oh! It's only a 37% chance to slow him. And 1 second, I'm getting a phone call. Of course, I would be muted when I begin recording the game again. Hello, everyone. Unbelievable. So it was my parents calling, and they're calling on a weekend, and I was worried something was wrong, but it turned out to be my father asking about how he could get his Neverwinter Nights 2 game client to connect to my brother Joe's Neverwinter Nights 2 server. I was trying to get off the phone with them for like 10 to 15 minutes so I could go back to this recording instead. Oh, I love my father. I'll take a look at what was wrong later. And it's probably something with ports. And in any case, when I took the phone call and cut this recording, I instinctively muted my mic. And when I began recording this part again, I never realized that my mic was muted until after we're done with this attempt. A part of me is glad that I'm muted because I was pretty unhappy with some of this battle. On that same note, though, I do think I really enjoy commenting on my videos as I'm watching them, rather than what's going through my head as I'm playing them. I can think a little bit better, and I can also laugh at how dumb some of my decisions were. So, right, all right, everyone. So, what's going on? So, I'm looking at the mall. I hate Primus and his percentage-based AoE drop abilities. I don't know quite who I should go after at this moment. So I'm looking at Kiri and seeing where can I go, where can I get away from these enemies. Can I take a swing at Primus, or should I take a swing at the mall instead? It really should be Primus that I swing at to get him a little lower on life. Oh, I'm probably thinking about who I want to delay with her stunning strike. That's not quite behind the maw. Oh, I see. I want to position myself in such a way that I can use a bolt ability from behind on the maw. I mean, we can do that, Tim, if you really want. That will be an acceptable spot to move to. I think what's going through my head is I want to stay away from Secunda, because I don't really want to handle getting an infused edge from her. Kiri's the best at taking it because she has a high defense and resistance, but I should still try to avoid that. Oh, and I just realized that maybe Flash Strike, yeah, maybe Flash Strike can be used to ignore Shackled Soul. So Shackled Soul isn't highlighted when I use Flash Strike on him. So that makes me think I might be able to use that to get the killing blow on one of these immortals without it triggering. This is obviously the second time I'm seeing something like Shackled Soul. And I'm also dealing with that one passive that these guys have where debuffs fade in one turn. And I'm not quite sure about the timing of it all. Oh, and at the end of this battle, I will go and check, and sure enough, by the way, the game didn't autosave. So, just a heads up, you gotta do the last battle and this one. Run right after another with no save in between. That's a lot of damage for a Forceful Strike. That's amazing. I should absolutely take that. All that. There's no reason not to inflict 218 points of damage with no mana. That's amazing. Yeah, I'm really interested in killing Sectus, because I really do not want her healing anyone, or using Aegis, or Thorns, or anything else on anyone. I want to kill her first. Kill the healer first. Anadine's going to have to kind of slug it out with Septimus, though. She has decent defense, so she probably can tank 1 or 2 rounds if it comes down to it. It might be best for me to use the Demonic Might on her. Yeah, on Anadine instead. While we do get damage like 1/6 of our life, we do also regenerate a decent amount of that, and having that renew on her would be really useful. And then when I do eventually swing with her, having attack up would be really helpful. Now, you can't reach Sectus with her. Yeah, Demonic Might. I think we should Demonic Might. It's a decent choice. Yep, do it. We take 79 damage. We gain all those buffs. And then I want to move... Yeah, I need to move her next to Katja, because I don't want Septimus moving next to Katja and hurting her. He can, of course, still Blood Nova, but I don't want him running up and just, like, stabbing her with his rapier. At least, oh, right, I'm looking at Dreadmaw as well. I'm like, what's the verticalness of Dreadmaw? What's the range of Dreadmaw? Because I need to be careful of it, right? Because it poisons, bleeds, and blinds us with a 50% chance of each of those. And if there's... I didn't realize it at this point, but it also steals buffs that are on our characters and gives them to the Maw. So, I'll realize that, I think, after it uses it once on us. I mean, putting a mute on her wouldn't be a bad idea. Oh, but what's probably going through my head is I don't think I can... While putting a mute on her might be really useful, it also means that, unfortunately, I probably won't do enough damage to kill her this round. If I mute her, which means that the mute will vanish off of her and go into one of us instead. And also putting... I realize it now, but putting bleeds and poisons on the Immortals is a really bad idea if I'm going to try to apply, like, a mute to them or something of the sort. Because if they have 1 hit point left, I'll never get the mute off in time. Because whatever ability I use on them will kill them, and then the mute doesn't get applied. It's not debuff first and then damage. It's the opposite of that. Damage first, then debuffs. And if the damage kills them, the debuff is never applied. But I couldn't remember how it works. It's so rare that I've ever had to worry about a debuff being on a target in order to make sure I kill it. The only time I had to do that sort of thing is when I use, like, Blood Trophy to get around Renew. On one hand, I do like that there's these unique gameplay mechanics for this final battle. So I better be able to somehow put damage on her to kill her while she has mute on her. And they're gonna just... So right here, cripple's applied, triple leaves. And I realize what a mistake I've made having counter slow, counter cripple, and counter mute on my companions, because those are useless counters. Anything else should have been put on them. I'm so used to how powerful these counter debuffs are. So what's going through my head right here is I need to heal or accelerate. Yeah, I need to heal or accelerate Yates because I want him going before Secunda goes and the Maw goes. And right there I realize, oh, he doesn't have his rapier, so he doesn't do that much damage. Here comes a Dreadmaw. Yep. And I don't think I yet saw that it stole the debuffs. I'm sorry, it stole the buffs and took them for itself. And thankfully, it's percentage-based damage, so it's not going to kill Yates. But now Yates is going to be slowed, because that's about to expire. And he'll be crippled. Because that's the way that works. Oh, but he's immune to slow. Okay, so that at least is useful. Although now he's crippled. So I need to get him away. And he needs to heal himself. And what's going through my head is this entire battle is going to be me desperately trying to keep Yates alive. Yates doesn't need to heal too. He also, I think I've forgotten that he doesn't have Blessed One on himself any longer. Yeah, a heal 1's perfectly fine. That heals him up almost all the way to full. And I think he has a regeneration on himself permanently? He does not. Okay. Checking to see what a delay would do, and it wouldn't do much. I don't think I want Kiri standing near Secunda. I want her to get away. Yep. And we'll do exactly that. The good news about her being muted is that she didn't get to cast any spells. The bad news about her being muted is that now, yeah, she's got 1 hit point, and I just realized I can't put a mute on her. At least, well, I'm sorry, at this point, I can't remember how that works. I'm thinking, do I want to do a little bit of damage and seal all his magic points? And I totally should have done that. But I don't. Yep, we're gonna kill Sectus. Or am I? I'm not? I'm not, okay. Yeah, he doesn't have any buffs on him, Tim. That's pointless. That's a decent amount of damage. It's not a bad idea to swing at Sectus. I'm sorry, Septimus. I can't even move her away, so she's got to stay there. Alright, so this is when I believe I'm talking out loud, obviously, and I'm saying, you know, I can't remember if debuffs are applied before the damage is dealt. I don't think they are. Maybe if we kill the creature, though, it's damage, debuff, death, in that order. I couldn't remember. We've been playing the game, you know, we've only been playing the game for 156 hours. You know, why on earth should I remember how this works at this point? I'm thinking, like, okay, does anything he has ignore counter abilities? The answer to that is no. Nothing does. We've got nothing. And I don't want to let Sectus be alive with 1 hit point, so I'm positive I kill her here. Watching myself go through all of these abilities, like, does anything ignore counter abilities? Because I'm about to find out how much this will hurt. Alright, yep, well, we're gonna go for the Garrote. It's damage, death. So we all take a Shackled Soul. And it actually missed Raynor, which was useful. But everyone else took about 138 damage and is about at half their life. The good news is we've killed their healer. The bad news is we took a lot of damage to do that right there at the very end. And he himself, Raynor, is both bled and poisoned. Yeah, you need to get Katja away. Katja needs to heal herself somehow. I also don't want anyone being close to each other because I don't want a Dread Maw affecting us again. Zaro can probably use... Yep, use a Zol heal on Yates. Get him back to full life. And then we're going to try to move Zaro long distance. Because he'll heal a bunch of hit points. Yep, and gain a bunch of... Oh! Right, he doesn't gain hit points when he moves. But I don't want him being hit by Secunda. And that explains why I should have put something to counter charms on Anadine. And guess who's still crippled? Oh, you already have cripple on you, which is why that missed. So we need... Wait, I need a treatment on Raynor. Yep. I really need a treatment on Raynor. I'm also looking at Anadine thinking, can I get that charm off of her? But really, I need to get rid of those debuffs. Recovery. I keep calling it treatment. Yep. Heal yourself and Raynor. That's a good plan. So, only Kiri is hurt significantly at this moment. Yep, we'll use a potion on her to get her back up to full life. And then we have a Zaro is hurt slightly, and Anadine is hurt slightly but also charmed. Katja and Raynor will get a chance to go before her. And that was most of the mana, if not all the mana, on Septimus. So I'm going to move... I think I move Katja up and I use Remedy. Yep. Yep, we have to... I can't let Anadine be charmed. She just does too much damage. And her speed is 5, so, like, she can reach us. That's no good. I really can't have her killing one of us and then cleaving to kill another person. That's just not going to work. I'm eyeing the Maw and I see the buffs it has. And it occurs to me, you know, I can try stealing the buffs from the Maw. That would give Raynor haste. That would be useful, and it would strip it from the Maw as well. Can I do it from there? I'm eyeing Secunda. What's her range? Do I have to worry about infused edge from her? And the answer to that is no at the moment. Oh, and Primus, of course. I have to worry about him too. I'm eyeing those buffs. I'm probably thinking, come on, Tim, you should try... Yeah, do I have steel buffs? I've got steel buffs. It'll be a little bit of damage. It's not a great chance to hit, though. But it could be really useful to take them, and I think it resets their times as well. Plus, it would get him out of an AoE. Like, I won't have to worry about Dread Maw, so we're gonna try it. It'll steal both. 75% chance to hit. And it worked. Yes! And thankfully, he doesn't do that much damage. We've got a lot of mana. You can Holy Justice. It's 113 for a normal swing. I don't know what I'm looking at here. 255 for Corrupted Blade, but I take 1/6 of my life. 239. Yep, we should always use Righteous Blade rather than the Corrupted Blade. It does almost as much damage and doesn't cost her 1/6 of her life. I'm probably looking at her life. Oh, I'm looking at his mana, and I'm like, he's totally gonna use a Blood Nova, and I don't feel like there's anything I really can do. Do I want to steal his mana? Can I push him away and then move Anadine out of that area? 14 mana. Yep, that's what I'm seeing. I think Anadine and Katja, though, are both immune to bleeds. So I won't have to worry about that. We'll just have to take some damage if I decide to leave her here. Do I not want to spend the mana? I guess, okay. I don't want to spend the mana. I guess I didn't think an extra 105 damage was worth 24 mana points. And that's useful. He didn't use Blood Nova on Katja. Alright, Zaro, you're hurt. He's going next. So he's going to move up and do a Dread Maul probably on Anadine and Katja. Oh, well now he might do it on these two. Please don't use Polestar. Don't use Polestar. If you're going to move... I think this is when I check Dread Maul, and I realize it steals buffs. Yep, I'm reading this out loud now. And once I see that, I'm like, oh, interesting. So now I'm looking, it only has vertical 2, so it can't affect Zaro and Raynor, but if I move Zaro up one spot, he can use it on both Zaro and Yates. And I realize that he's probably good, he's going to use it on Katja and Anadine, and I'm also super glad that Anadine's buffs expired at this point. I don't yet know what's going to trigger him to use Forsaken One at this point, because I don't remember seeing a mana cost associated with it. I assume it's only used when he reached a certain level of his life, since the Maul didn't get to use it in the last battle because we kept stunning him. He never got a chance to act once Milner and Kiri got a chance to just double team him over and over and over again. Oh, okay. I'm looking to see who has Mute. Because I'm probably thinking in the future about Primus. We actually did manage to recover from that Shackled Souls rather well. A lot of thinking, everyone. A lot of thinking is going into this. Oh, what a waste. I should never Zol heal when Alicorn is available, because that's less mana and heals more hit points. Zol heal heals all the hit points on the target. The only reason why I would use it is because Zol heal is ranged. Has a decent amount of distance to it. And now I'm looking at Primus and Secunda, thinking, where can I move Zaro? Really? Okay. Anadine's asleep. I can't hit Primus with you, Katja. I don't have to worry about Anadine quite yet. Yeah, so I'm probably eyeing Primus because I want to deal with all his percentage-based damage at this point. This might risk a little damage on Katja, but I'm willing to try, I'm willing to try to pick off. That's a good amount of damage. Yep, we'll take it. Nice, and it crit. And he's poison bleeding. So that's bad. That's bad because he'll be reduced to 1 hit point. And then I'm looking at another Shackled Souls going off. Alright, but I also want Anadine being, I need Anadine up and ready to go. Can a recovery reach her from here? It cannot. Can it reach her, from there? It cannot. So I can't wake her up. And I think at this point, I also remember that I have Panacea 2. And that probably can reach Anadine. Yeah, I'm eyeing Primus and those bleeds and blights like, oh man, that stinks. I need Yates around. Yep, there we go. I just noticed it. I'm like, oh, Panacea, that has a greater range of recovery. I bet you it can reach Anadine and wake her up. I'm not actually so afraid of the Maul. It doesn't do that much damage. It's just, well, it does have Forsaken One, but it hasn't been using it. And so, I don't mind being right next to it if it's going to attack me without any, like, crit up. So, counter slow, which doesn't do anything to it. Counter cripple, which doesn't do anything to it. Counter mute, which also doesn't do anything to him. And then he's almost dead. Alright, so now it's time for me to, I think, discover if Flash Strike will ignore Shackled Souls. Because I'm not going to get a better chance than right now to do it. Yep, so down we go. I don't see Shackled Soul highlighted. Let's just do it. Let's get it over with. And sure enough, it didn't activate. So now I'm feeling rather confident that I can probably finish this fight. Because we have a way to ignore Shackled Souls without me needing to get the debuffs on those targets. Now, we're badly hurt, several of us. Anadine is about at 1/4 of her life left. Raynor, Katja have about half their life left. Now, I'm nervous about Sukunda. But I think I'm going to risk, yeah, I think I'm going to risk moving you up a little bit, Raynor. She's not immune to roots. And so it occurs to me that Raynor has copied Katja. And so we've got Pickoff, we've got Garrote, well, we do. And more importantly, we have Net. And if the debuffs expire at the end of the round and they're not immune to them, then I can guarantee, yeah, I'm going through all these abilities looking if any of them have range. And that's the only one that does. But, oh, yeah, you could also root the ball to stop it from getting close to anyone. Netting Sukunda might be the best bet, though. That would keep probably Zaro alive. He's not going to benefit from step by step because he already has haste. And I don't need sure step. Yates should be able to take a hit. Yep, it's really just Sukunda I need to worry about her moving up and doing a infused edge. She'll only be able to reach Kiri with that, though. At this point, I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, that's still Sukunda, Tim. She's still a battle mage. I think we're going to move up and use a net. Yeah, do it. That will keep her from using... At worst, we'll take a Locust. And she went after Kiri, which is fine with me. And we counter slow, which does nothing. And she doesn't get to move. Like, yep, root will expire now. But now that I've got twice as many people on the battlefield as there are enemies, I'm feeling like I can probably keep netting opponents, similar to how we kept stunning people earlier. In the last battle against the Maul, if I keep netting these enemies, then I only have to worry about some of their abilities, and not, like, the Maul in particular. Especially if I can start near the Maul and then net it and move away, it won't be able to do very much. Or at least that's my belief. Oh, okay, we're gonna... am I gonna go for Septimus? Am I gonna... I'm thinking I need to put damage on Septimus right now. I'm gonna hope Anadine doesn't die in retaliation. And I have no idea why he did that, but I'm very grateful that he did. Alright, Katja. Do I think I can kill Septimus with what I've got? Because if so, I might be able to put a cripple on him and then kill him with Anodyne and Curie? Can I do 350? It would actually, well, 280 with 2 other people. Assuming that the cripple actually sticks on Septimus. A pick off would also be useful. If I can pick him off and reduce his points very low, then we can use a flash strike to ignore shackled souls. Yeah, I think in the end, though, I go for a cripple bullet. Which crit. Which is nice. He's got all those debuffs on him now, and more importantly, he has cripple on him. Alright, Zaro. Do I want to wake up Yates? That would be an alicorn. And the answer to that's going to be a yes. Way over heals. But it also removes sleep. In retrospect, I should have actually attacked Septimus, and Raynor could have moved up there and used a remedy on him instead. Oh, no, he couldn't. Never mind. Well... Yeah, Raynor... Oh, no, Raynor wouldn't have had the distance. Oh, good call, Tim. Right, yep. Let's net Secunda again and stop her from doing anything. Yep, and then get thyself out of there. Alright, Yates. Yeah, I'm eyeing Septimus. We kind of need to kill him now. But I also have wounded people. Do I move up Yates and heal Anodyne? Anodyne's activating after Septimus, not before. So I'd have to kill Septimus with Kiri and or Katja. I think I can do 245 damage with both of them, but I'm not sure. On that note, I'm probably not going to get a chance to heal Anodyne for some time. So that's probably what's going through my head at this point. Do I kill Septimus? I should kill Septimus. Katja can run up and use a potion on Anodyne if it comes down to it. But I actually think that I'm going to run up and heal Anodyne instead. I'm really thinking about this. Yep, I'm really thinking about this. It'll have to be a heal too, Tim. Anodyne's really bad. Yeah, Anodyne's badly... Okay. We're healing Anodyne. I've decided that I've decided that my other characters can probably do the damage they need to kill Septimus. Ooh, and I only see 95 damage with that. The burst does 110 only. Do I have any other abilities that might work? Forceful Strike only does... Okay, now I'm getting very worried. I'm seeing that I don't do the damage I think I... Oh, okay. Sure, this could work. Well, Stunning Strike to delay Septimus. Now Anodyne will act before him, although Anodyne can't reach him with any abilities. I don't do the damage I need to do to kill him, unless this crits, and it didn't crit. I hope healing Anodyne was worth it. Net them all. Net them all and move away. Net them all and move away. That's it. What? I won't have the range. Yeah, I'm not going to have the range to hit the ball with anything here. Sorry, the vertical. I don't have, it's 3 steps between the edges of that and Raynor. He'll have to be below it to actually hit it if that's what I want. What am I doing? I still can't hit the ball from here. I can't hit the ball from here. The dagger is unable to reach it, as weird as that is, but there you have it. Use a net, Tim. Use a net on the maul. The maul's not immune to root. Do I think maybe I don't think I have the range to do it. Oh, and you know what? I didn't. So I think I have to move 1. Alright, Anandine. I noticed he's got 41 hit points left. So that's enough that we can kill him with a rock. And Shackled Soul won't go off because he's crippled. I forgot all about Cleave. Sure, yeah, move Anandine down. And just... I probably shouldn't rend. Oh, sorry, Demonic Might. Well, actually, I think I'm safe here from Dreadmaw, but that could be a giant mistake. I'm thinking probably about a Pole Star. Do I have the mana to use it here? We do. Mind Up's also fairly useful. Raynor's hurt, Catch is hurt. They're both located at opposite ends of the map. In the end, I decided to move away from the maul to avoid Dreadmaw. And I noticed suddenly I have Reanimate. I'm like, oh, can I bring back the Immortals as zombies here? Yep, top off Katja. She's been our DPS so far. Yep, Secunda doesn't have net on her. But Kiri should be able to take a hit if it comes down to it. Even a battle-infused... an infused edge with a locust attached to it. She should be able to take it. Especially if I use a potion on her. If I move her down there. Oh, I could also, yeah, Warcraft and Field Aid. To her stuff like 60 hit points or so instead. If I don't want to use the potion. Yeah, yep, that's acceptable. Almost full life. And get ready for that infused edge. And actually, that's right, she has a permanent renew, so that will work. And I don't think Katja has the range she needs to hit Secunda. Just short. There's nothing else she has, so that will just be an end turn. What am I doing? Go. Yes. Yep, go back there. Because you need everyone's... You want everyone scattered so I don't have to worry about a Dreadmaw or any type of elemental burst from Secunda. That's a good spot for her. Leave her there. Alright, Raynor. Net! Net the maul. Net the maul. Net the maul. Net the maul. Net on the maul. No. No. No, no. I mean, she's gonna locust anyway. Kiri can take the infused edge hit. Just net them all. Yes! Yes! Good. Yes, do that. Yep, then move him away. And, yeah, away from Secunda. Oh, well, maybe we want to hang out near Secunda in case I want to net her again. Okay, too late. Alright, Kiri, you should be able to take this hit. Yes, you can. And guess what? And now you're slowed. Because that's going to fade, fade off of her and get applied to Kiri. We can probably we can Polestar Kiri to get rid of the slow. Although, we're probably looking at a Dreadmaw if I do that. But I think I really don't want Kiri slowed, so I'm willing to have the Maw get haste again. Oh, we could Remedy instead. Well, the Maw's going to use Dreadmaw anyway, and it will steal all the buffs on... It's going to steal all the buffs. Oh, well, we do have a Panacea too. You could Zol heal Raynor? Yep. Okay, so I've decided I don't want the Maw using Dreadmaw and stealing the buffs on... Yeah, on Zaro. We can Panacea 2 to cure Kiri. Can I really do 795 damage, Tim? In a round? I don't know if I can do that much damage. We're all going twice before she goes. So maybe we can. So first off, let's try to get to the side of her at the very least to do a little more damage. Oh, I gotta move her slightly differently. That's not bad. 100 damage, basically. 75% chance to mute. Okay, so I'm going to be going all in, I think, trying to kill Sukunda. Oh, Anadine. Go, yeah, go behind her. And then use a Righteous Blade. 400 damage! Well done, Anadine. Yates Panacea 2 on Kiri. Keeping everyone scattered so that I don't have to worry about Dreadmaw. Actually, we're all going before the Maw goes anyway, so this will be fine. Yep, get rid of that slow. Raynor, move up and net the Maw again. It's what you really should do. Or, well, we could move up, attack the Maw, and then net it next turn and move away. That would also work. I think I net it now, though. Yep. Kiri, you're badly hurt. I need to inflict 300-something damage to this creature. To Secunda. She is muted. Yep. We'll delay her just to make sure I get another chance to attack her with Raynor if it comes down to it. But I think we can kill her here with a pick-off. Oh, interesting. So since I'm not going to kill her, we'll use a Shadow Strike so that we can get a Mirage on Katja. To absorb a hit if somehow we have to worry about Katja again. I can move up and Zol heal on Kiri. And I think your haste is going to expire this round. Oh, but I'm also out of range of a Dreadmaw, so I'm not worried about that. Yep. Alright, Kiri's back up to full life. It's looking really promising for us. I guess we should begin attacking the Maw now. If I can put a poison effect on it. Granted, the poison will fade after one round, but because it can't move, it won't be able to apply poison to any of us by being right next to us. And so it will take a large amount of its damage thanks to the poison. Oh, okay, and I'm clicking reanimate like, oh, you know what? Let's bring back a zombie, and that didn't work. So, I'm not surprised it didn't work. I'm actually kind of glad that did not work, so... Yeah, I should poison them all. It's not immune to poison. It'll only tick once, but I think it's still worth it. Anandine can finish off, yep, and get a cleave. That is all the Immortals dealt with. So now we've only got the Maul left. And it's going to take full damage from all of our abilities. I don't think it has any buffs on itself, so a Cleansing Blade isn't going to do anything. It's immune to Wrathful Burst anyway, Tim. That's dark damage. We could Enraged Blow. 225, you get a counterattack. It could be worth it, but I think I just go for a normal attack. Oh, I should try a push. A Vicious Push might do a lot of damage to it. Because it's near a wall, but I didn't even think to try. That's not so much damage. You're not so dangerous, Maul. Oh, why am I moving her away? No, don't move her away. Okay. Remember Dreadmaw, Tim. Well, you didn't... Well, it's netted, so it can't use Dreadmaw against Kiri and Katja this turn. Yeah, pick off. Do it. Or don't. Yep, pick off. That's right. Yep. And he's bleeding. He's going to take a ton of damage at the end of this round. I think I tried Boomerang Bounce at this point because it's... Yeah, none of my other abilities have the vertical height needed to hit it. And Boomerang Bounce does 221 damage thanks to it being near a wall. So that's fantastic. Yep, and then we move Rainer away. Zaro. Oh, we might be able to Polestar both Kiri. I'm looking at the range for Dreadmaw, and we're not in any danger of it doing it. Can I Polestar Katja and Kiri? Oh, I need 2 more mana, so that's not going to work. Okay, so, well, let's then Polestar Katja. Having someone be able to use the net more frequently would be helpful, as would pick off over and over and over again. So that is all of us reduced to 1 hit point. With the exception of Katja, who had Mirage, which absorbed that hit. So I'm thinking we're all going twice before it's going at all. So, although the counterattack will be dangerous, I have Flash Strike on Kiri, or the ability to hit it at ranged. Yates can use like a heal 2 on Anandine to let her be right next to it, I'm thinking. Zaro can heal himself after moving with an Alicorn or something to that effect. We should be okay as long as I can net the Maul to stop it from moving away. And I think I'm going to use Flash Strike here. Oh, I can't hit it from there. Decent damage. 119. You heal a tiny bit. I think you can heal these people from here with Yates, Tim. He's got the range for a heal too. Don't heal Kiri. No, don't, no, 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 no. Don't, no! Okay, well. Okay. Kiri's now healed, I guess. Am I thinking, am I going to potion her instead? Maybe we'll go to Alicorn with Zara or something. Why'd I cure Kiri? Why Kiri? Oh, maybe it's because of the Stunning Strike. So, Stunning Strike will let her have a counterattack. I'm sorry, we'll get a counterattack back against her. Maybe that's why I did it. What am I doing? Yeah, move up Katja and just do a pick-off. Or another Shadow Strike. Oh, or a net, sure. Guarantee that it won't be able to move if I am unable to kill it this round. Though I should have done that with Raynor instead. None of those are a good idea, because you get counterattacked. Oh, but a Boomerang Bounce, that does another 221 damage. You'll have to get Raynor away. But Yates is going before Raynor. Sorry, before the Maul, so we'll be able to hit it, I think. To hit it. Yeah, we'll be able to heal Raynor before the Maul goes, so this isn't that much of a concern. Yeah, 187. That's fantastic damage. Alright, now Andine's back in the fight again as well. Katja can probably pick off. Oh, nice. Get a hit from behind. Shadow Strike is also not a bad idea. And it crit. Very nice. Nice! Bleed and poison as well, so... It's looking like it's over! Anadine, yep, Holy Justice, Righteous Blade. And I am so glad we did this in this, our only attempt I was going to have at this. I'm glad we were able to actually do it. I would have been so mad if I had to redo 2 entire battles. Yep. Alright, everyone, and I'm going to shut up now and let the rest of the video play. Because I'm about to realize I'm muted. So, awesome. Okay. I don't know how long I was muted for. Probably since I took that phone call. So now I have to record all of this and talk over it so you guys can hear me talk. This sucks. God. All right. So, let's wrap up what I was just saying. So I don't know if Anadine deserves MVP. I guess everyone did really well here. I think Katja should have earned MVP. Her skill set was extremely useful for this. Net. 100% chance to root was really powerful. And Boomerang Bounce and Forceful Strike, knocking them into walls, did so much damage also. I think if I hadn't brought Katja, this would have gone really badly for us. So, that's really good. Okay. Well, we won. So, hopefully that's the last of it as well. Let's see. Is it really over? Kiri! Your mark! It's gone! You're right! I can feel its power ebbing away. It's really over then. Let's go home. Oh! Is that really it? Okay, maybe there's something at the end of all the credits. I was hoping for a bigger ending than that. What happens to the world? The immortals are gone. There's probably lots of... Well, are all the demons gone as well? Okay, good, there was a little more. It is done. A dozen centuries of immortal rule. Over. A pretty good run, all in all, I'd say. Too true, Captain Raynor. Do you think you'll retire now, Quintus? Should I still be calling you Quintus, by the way? Ho ho ho! I have been Quintus for so long, I think I could endure a few more years of my immortal title. As for retirement, I do wish I could take a rest from all this, but it is not meant to be. Too much work to do, right? As de facto intern ministers, Quintus and I must establish a new system of governance for the land before all hell breaks loose. And Primus was always the one who excelled at these things before the corruption took his mind. No use dwelling on that, though. Arbiters, Tertia is right about what is to come. I realize that you've done so much for the realm already, not to mention that an ex-immortal can hardly claim authority over you. But can we count on your aid during the chaotic times ahead? Of course! But why all the doom and gloom? Didn't we restore order when we destroyed the mall? We did for a time, but a new storm is on the horizon now. When word gets out that the immortals have lost their powers, there will be all manner of scavengers looking to take advantage and wrest control. With both within and without, we Arbiters need to be ready. How exciting! This means I'll get to bug you for even longer, Raynor. Aren't you glad? It's an honor, Zaro. I take it by your unbloodied blades that you didn't lend an ear to me friendly advice, then. I won't tell you again, Katja. Keep those seditious thoughts to yourself. The slightest spark can ignite a war right now. Aye, aye, Captain. I don't agree with Katja's friendly advice, Kiri, but she does have a point buried in there. Are Quintus and Tertia really the best people to lead us right now? I know Quintus is a good person and all. He did vote against my mother's death sentence, but he won't be around much longer. And he did help set up the council on the marked pilgrimage in the first place, which got us all into this mess. And Tertia, she dodged my questions when I asked her how she voted. I'm not sure I can ever be at ease with her in charge. Old daughters who've had naught but a demon tween their ears for too long, the lot of them. I do share some of your concerns, Anadine. Tertia's evasiveness is deeply unsettling, but she and Quintus are still our best option for keeping the peace at the moment. At the end of the day, that's what being an Arbiter is all about, isn't it? Nothing has changed while I've been away. No fresh vandalism. Surprising. But nothing will be the same again. If I can isolate the restorative properties of the ancient beast essence. Yes, I can think of no nobler pursuit than extending life and health for those who are deserving. Immortals will monopolize that gift no more. I wonder if there'll be more little cutscenes. So at least, okay. So I was worried we were going to miss the end, and then that doesn't explain what happens to the world afterwards. Yeah, indeed, because like there's no leadership. Chaos is going probably to happen to all the different city-states. I would be hoping the Kawas wouldn't immediately begin another war with humans. Bandits will take control. Various Arbiters won't immediately be loyal. Maybe they'll take their newfound not powers, it's the wrong authority, and the groups they lead, and actually try to wrest control of the Immortals now that they are no longer indeed all-powerful. I'd be worried about the demons still patrolling the lands as well. I've got no clue if defeating them all sent them all back into whatever realm they came from. I imagine that that's not the case. And what happens with Kairu? I wonder if the Ancient Path would have done more for him. So in the end, we won. That took quite a bit of thinking, that final battle, but I'm glad I didn't have to redo it again. I was not going to do that again. Especially if I had to redo the first fight as well. When we get back to the main menu, I'm going to load the last autosave that it saved and see where it would have put us. I have a hunch it's before the battle against the Maul, though. In which case, I am extremely glad that we did that fight in one go and the first time. A bit awkward there that my father called me right in the middle of that final fight to ask about how to do ports so that he could play Neverwinter Nights multiplayer with another one of my brothers, who's also been calling me, by the way, so I should probably call them back and try to help them with that. Darn it. And I was probably muted the entire time for that fight once that happened, so I'm gonna have to rewatch it and get my voiceover for it. Okay, well, it'll be fun to relive that battle with you guys in the end, I suppose. So, I'm not done with revisiting my review score for the game, so I can't really give a score for Felso Arbiter's Mark. I feel it is indeed a truthful, not reenactment, follow-up? I've used the word love letter in the past for it, and I guess that's a good way to describe it. It's, if you liked Final Fantasy Tactics, you will like this game as well. I do think it's a little more chaotic than Final Fantasy Tactics because of the two sets of different active abilities present at all times. I think that was the case, though, for, well, there's a lot more abilities that go on there, and there's more passive abilities there, too. And you can take different you can take different counter abilities even in Final Fantasy Tactics, but it's a great deal more difficult to keep track of everything. And you can make some big mistakes like I did in that final battle. I put those counter mute, counter cripple, counter slow on everyone. Those should have come right off of those characters because of how the Arbiters work. The Immortals worked, or their Shades worked, along with the Maws passing on debuffs to other people. I don't think I like how chaotic it is. It becomes very difficult for you to keep track of everything. And sometimes, if you can't plan ahead very well, it's going to be a real uphill battle for some of those fights. Again, if it wasn't for Net, would you like to see your progress as weird save file with the clear flag on from right before your battle with the Maul? So I'm going to say yes to this, and I'll stick that here. And if I load a game, so 156.15 is the save I just made. 156. This is before the ending cutscene, this one. Let's see really quick. Is that the case? Oh my god. Oh no, this is an autosave before the final fight. Oh yeah, we do have to redo the whole thing. So we would have to redo the whole thing. But that's at 156, so it did not make that save. That made that save when the cutscene started. Is that right? It made it at... there's no way that final battle took only 8 minutes. That took an hour and a half or so to do. So I would have been stuck with this save. Oh, man. Yeah, so I'm going to... when I do get my review system finalized, I'm going to have to dock a few points for Felsil for this. That's really annoying. The game makes you do the battle against the Maw, and then the battle against the Maw in its home realm. Run one right after another, and if you fail one, you gotta redo both. That's really dumb. Oh, I don't agree with that at all. No, that's really stupid. But while overall I like this game, it's done some really questionable things, and it wouldn't get a perfect score from me. But I still liked playing it. I'm glad we got the ending we did as well right away. I would have been really angry if we hadn't won that final fight. Man. Alright, well, I'm babbling, so we are all done. That is fantastic. There will be another video eventually where I review this game. And so we'll talk about it one more time, probably a few months from now, though, by the time I get done with it and get around to recording it. But overall, I like the game. If you're willing to do with some frustration, it's a great game. There's a whole lot to keep track of, so if you have a great tactical mind, this should be a great exercise for you to do some of these battles. Some of the battles are a bit gimmicky, so you have to learn a few new things when you do them. Some of the battles will require you to probably, as well in that regard, kind of refit your squad to have different abilities with them, or bring certain specific characters to help you deal with certain situations they unfold. But that was the case as well, even in Final Fantasy Tactics sometimes. So I can't really fault the game for doing that overly much. The game loses big points with me for that ending sequence right there. You have to fight them all here, and then the game doesn't even give you the option to make a save before the final battle. No, I really dislike that intensely. That's a giant middle finger to the players. Especially when there were several other multiple battles that we did, like in here at the Mountain Temple, and the game totally let us save in between them. Why didn't it do it for here, for this fight? I have no clue. I think that's a really dumb decision. So if I'm wrong about that, please let me know in the comments. Like, if you failed that final battle in the Maw's realm and then redid it, were you able to start right at the Maw's realm? Because if so, great. That takes away one of my giant complaints about this game that I've just discovered right now. If not, if you had to redo this battle and then that battle, oh. No, I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. So other than that, which really soured me towards the end of the game, and how tricky that boss battle was, this is a really good game, and it's a nice nod to Final Fantasy Tactics. If you like Final Fantasy Tactics like this, I'm repeating myself, so why don't I stop here, and I will get a proper review for Felsil up sometime in the future, before the end of the year. So I'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching this. Hope it was fun to watch the entire series. This was fun to play it, and I will see you guys in the next game. Take care, everyone.